Alright, YouTube. We've got a follow-up video to my video of is R600A saving the planet? And I've got a lot of comments on there about, it's more environmentally friendly because it's got a lower GWP and all that, which, yes, is true. But my rebuttal to that is that we're creating a lot more waste because these pieces of junk don't last nearly as long. So in the first video I showed you a fridge that was about a year old and then died. Well, now we have the same thing again. This is a little small apartment size refrigerator. It's right within that year range, year and a half or so. It's dead. The compressor still runs, but not really sure. There's no charge and it doesn't get cold. So it's trash. It's not worth fixing. But I wanted to point something out here. Look at how much foam is in here. And this is what I was saying in the last video. Okay? Standard refrigerators, the old style refrigerators, you had, about 1.5 inches of foam is all that was in a standard refrigerator. Now I punched a hole in the back corner of the box. Okay, so this hole represents the inside cabinet, the back of it. Okay, so look at this. We'll put the tape measure right there in the hole. Look at that. You're sitting at, let's get it level here. There's the edge. Right about 4 inches of foam. 4 inches. So we've gone from about 1.5 inches roughly standard of foam to 4 inches of foam. This is ridiculous. This is not recyclable. There's nothing you can do with this material. This material, it just goes in a landfill. So you've got the foam, which is not recyclable. The whole inside cabinet, plastic's not recyclable. The only thing recyclable is the sheet metal. And let me tell you, this is some thin, flimsy stuff. I don't even know what gauge this is, but it bends under its own weight. So, the whole refrigerator, you've got enough metal to maybe make 100 soda cans. And the rest of all this stuff goes in the landfill. So again, while the refrigerant itself might have a lower GWP, the trade-off is these appliances are breaking down a lot faster than they used to, and they just go into a landfill. Now, as far as I've seen, if you look up recycling videos on YouTube, what'll happen is you get a big load of these, appliances, everything, washers, dryers, refrigerators, it all gets separated at the scrap yard. Then they ship it off to the recycler, and it's basically got a big old shredder that all this goes through, okay? And it's got a magnet in there that'll pick out the ferrous metal, which is obviously compressor pieces, steel line, the tin on the side of the cabinet. Then all the rest of this is going to go in the landfill. So we've over doubled the amount of the use of foam and replaced a lot of things that used to be metal with plastic. How is this helping the environment? That's what I want to know. So you're not releasing as much GWPs when the refrigerant escapes in the atmosphere, but how much GWP is released by manufacturing this foam? How much pollutants is made here? How much pollutants is made when this stuff expands and off gases? And like I said, all this is going to go into a landfill. This is not recyclable. There's nothing they can do with it. So instead of a fridge lasting 10, 15, 20 years, you're lucky if you can get up to 5 out of it before it goes in the landfill. So I'm sorry. The argument of the refrigerant has lower global warming potential. To me, it doesn't really make a difference when you're going to have to buy 3 refrigerators in the same amount of time you could have bought one. And also, yes, it uses less refrigerant. Well, the butane is the refrigerant. But for some reason, seeing that these cabinets have to have 4 inches of foam, I don't think that the butane can handle the thermal load that R134A could handle. I think R134A can dissipate heat or transfer heat a lot quicker and more efficiently. Well, it also uses a bigger volume of refrigerant. So while you're achieving the same results with a lesser amount of refrigerant, you're also having to do a lot more things, like really make the insulation a heck of a lot thicker, because it obviously can't handle it. So anyways, that's my point. My main point with the first video is R600A saving the planet? And the main point was that this new design, this new way they're doing things, components, the whole appliances are dying, perishing a lot faster to keep revenue coming up for the manufacturers. And all this junk is ending up in a landfill. So, I don't know. You guys can comment what you think. But I still say the old way of doing things overall is better for the planet and better for the environment.